Hi, it's Sherry, and welcome back to the Grow You Girl channel with Luna and I. And we are going to be talking to you today about vacation plans for your garden because we got to leave our gardens sometimes over the summer months. So, my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. We've all had that feeling. You're going on vacation, and now your precious garden that you have been working so hard on since, April, May, maybe even going back into the grow room earlier on. But now what? And what I thought we could do today is just take a walk very quickly through the garden to kind of look at one, the idea of creating a video for whoever's taking care of your garden while you're gone, and then also just what you might want to say and make sure that you talk about. If you have some situations like we have a pond. The pond needs to be filled. Probably, I like to do it when it's this hot out or if we get really windy weather, just checking on it every day to make sure the pump's working well, nothing's clogged it up, etc. And just looking at, what part of each area of the garden. Now, some of our garden, a big portion of it is on water system, but there's some pots like this one and that one that are not. And oh, look at these canterburies. They just look so beautiful, and I hate to leave them. And there might be some problems, like I am trying to do this spaghetti squash in this pot, and it is having a rough time. We've been having 100-degree days here in Colorado, and so leaving when there's that much. Now, I will give the caveat that my husband is going to be in charge, and he is pretty good and he knows the ropes around here. Now, I would leave a much more detailed note if it wasn't him, but one of the things that I will do before we take off, or I take off, this is a solo trip for me, is I'm going to go through this afternoon and just really do some good deadheading. That will help a lot in the health of the animals. I call them animals, the plants. Just really making sure my tomatoes, that they're doing good. I'll probably give them a little bit of compost just to get them going. And I've also placed some plants that are having some issues in a spot closer to, this one was off by itself, and this little pepper plant, and oh, this got knocked over. So there's, we all have our little situations, and that it's been so hot. I also will leave a can up here and a watering can, I'll get several watering cans that are just to encourage the watering. Now, we do have a hose that reaches this whole patio area because all of these are self-watering. Our lawn has a sprinkler system on it, as does the main garden, but all of these plants do need to be watered by hand, which, only takes 10-15 minutes in the morning, no big deal. And we've got one solo one over there. Make sure that one gets caught, and this one here too. And I actually watered the dogs. Look they are hot and they are tired. I've watered them today, and but they could use another one because it's just been so hot. So after I film this, I will water them, but making sure, like those on the perimeters. We've got a few pots over here in this window, and they are very finicky about the weather, so I have to, the heat, let me put it that way. I've got these trees that we'll be planting when I get back. I just haven't had time, but making sure that that's noted that they need to get watered. And then heading off into the garden itself is just, again, I'm going to be doing a lot of deadheading this afternoon, putting compost down where it needs to go. This is the last of my irises when I get back. Well, in the next couple days, they are going to be gone. So, on that. And you'll see that there's a lot of, these guys are really, it's just getting, I'll probably take these out before I go. Some of these that are just really grew where there's no water and it's been really hot. The peppers are doing fantastic, And we might even have some peppers by the time we get home. My lavender bed is doing really good. Even had some calendula come up by its lonesome here. Hey Lou, it's hot. But yeah, as I look around, one of the things in our gardens, we get so used to everything that's in our garden that sometimes we forget we need to note something. And like, here's something right here that I will share with you. This is a morning glory. Yes, I do grow morning glories in my bed. I have a couple of them just because I love the flower. But I'm going to put this up and just make note of it to my husband that that's okay there. But here's some morning glories coming in right here, and that's not okay. And you know, any encouragement about any weeding that they might do while you're gone, but just knowing, you know, what is good. These are zinnias, those are good. And but some are not so good, like, you know, morning glories that are growing just here and there and everywhere. And they will, because, you know, that's what morning glories do. But looking over here, look at this, our Shasta daisies are about to pop. And so those are all good. Everything is here. Look at the Joe Pyle, just is starting to flower. Now I have a lot, these bachelor buttons, that is gonna be a good little chore here this afternoon of getting that one. And there's one over here too that just needs to be cleaned up. My tomatoes, I just cleaned them up the other day, but I'm going to go through and just make sure. I like to make sure they're clean at the bottom. Talked about that on Tomato Tuesday. I also have here some, I've had a beetle issue, so I put some of that, what is it, Dianus, I can't ever say it, Dianus, this earth that I put on these to help me with my beetles. And so hopefully, I don't see any new chewing going on, so that's good. My husband's aware that that's happening. The other thing that I would recommend too, if you've just got leaves, that this has got some kind of a sticky something. So you know what that means. Aphids could be on that, so I will clean those up. I'm all packed, so that's good. Really, the last thing I have to do is take care of the garden, and all these, the chocolate flowers just need to be deadheaded for sure. But the sunflowers are getting ready. Look at, we've got one getting ready. Have not had one do anything yet. But oh my gosh, and look at the yarrow. The yarrow is blowing my mind. I had this plant. I said, okay, this year I don't want the yarrow to take up so much of the bed. So I cut it by 1/3. And look at it. This one and the one down at the end just are going crazy. Oh no, what has happened? Something is not working here, and I just had this plant. These are the things, right? These are what we have to walk around and see. Why is this doing this? Oh no, this is a beautiful impatient. I'm gonna figure out what's happening with that, because these are all on sprinkler here, and these guys seem to be, Nicotania seems to be fine, but that impatient, I'm gonna go water that as soon as I stop filming here. If not sooner. But just looking at the tomato plants, they look pretty good. Getting a lot of flowers on them, and the zinnias. So that's really, you know, all these are on sprinklers, so there's nothing to worry about, I hope. Like, I thought that one was on sprinklers. So that's really especially in this heat, is having them check every day. And one of the things that I highly recommend, is if it's not your spouse or your partner, to pay somebody to do it, because if people stop by to take care of your garden, just never find it gets taken care of. As well as if somebody's actually staying here, you're paying them. I highly recommend it, because I don't know about you, but I have a huge emotional and and financial investment in my garden as well. So I'm encouraging my husband to eat lots of salad, because otherwise they will bolt in this heat. They're already starting to do that. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Vacations are important. I just finished writing my book. I'm heading off to a writing retreat where we're going to work together to edit the book. And so knowing that this is safe and sound here, will make me happy and allow me to bring you more videos. And I can't wait to share more about my book. But for now, I'm going to go get my watering can and water that impatient and I hope that it recovers quickly. All right, my friends, take good care and we'll see you next time. Let's grow. Thanks for growing with us. And we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video. And then, of course, be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.